Welcome back, guys, and today we're just about to play my Steam Showdown match versus Deusx, or Deusx. I told me how to pronounce it, I can't remember now. But to be honest, I'm just want this out of the way because I fucking hate this matchup. The problem is, I've been doing a lot of playtesting with it, and this is Deusx's deck here, but there's so much that can go wrong and very little that can go right. In the sense that I'll kind of go through it now. If I let things go too long, he either just mills me out straight away, which he can do really fast, or he just slams an Ulamoged and then just, kills me that way. So that kind of makes your goal just kill him as fast as possible. But then I've got the problem is that I also have to play around spell shrivel, which can slow me down very much, and I don't want to just throw like an Akum Firebird into a spell shrivel. And at the same time, I don't want to commit too much to the board because he's got languish, which does do quite it hits everything apart from Woodland Wanderer, which we'll get onto in a second. And even then, which I've just thrown out of his deck, which I wish I could, but even then, even if like none of that goes wrong, that was kind of the same as it was against Marnell, and you saw how well that turned out. But even then, we've got 4 moss to deal with, so I kind of almost want to keep like 6 land hands. But so I'm just gonna play this by the hand. There's no card that I can like specifically search for. It's all dependent on what he draws. But one thing I've been doing a lot of playtesting. I've been doing with Dark Shock, Kason, Rabblemaster, Grimrick. I've been doing a lot of playtesting with this deck, and we've kind of all agreed that I'm pretty fucked. But on the other hand, we've all agreed that the mana base might just save me. He's only got 5. He doesn't have enough green sources to reliably turn 4 moss me, so that might give me hope. And I have been struggling with the mana base, but we'll see what happens. It's not looking pretty, put it that way. But I don't know. I can win. I have won, but it just requires so much to go right and very little to go wrong, and that doesn't normally work out. Only bright side is, unlike Marnell, I don't have to worry about turn 4 6/6 Woodland Wanderers, which can really slow me down. But in my deck, I think I found the important cards to be. I need to generally have a good 3-drop and a good 4-drop. Crisis being best because I can flash it in end step, and then that'll bait out the counter, which will allow my 4-drop to resolve. And if Woodland Wanderer resolves, he has a very hard time dealing with it. He pretty much has Oblivion Sower and Alchemist Vials, and they're very limited in use. Languish doesn't hit it if I can cast it for 4 colours. Regarding enchantments, Flame Shadow Flame Shadow and Evil Leap are both pretty good. Evil Leap just allows me to keep the train running, and at that point I won't be playing around sweepers because I'll just be keeping mana up for refueling my hand. And Flame Shadow, he doesn't have any answers for them in this deck apart from Ulamoged and the counter spells. So if they hit the field, they're pretty much plain sailing. And Flame Shadow's nice. Maybe if he doesn't have any counters in hand, I could go Flame Shadow and then just really start turning up the pressure. But I'm not going to be casting it over. Like, just say he puts his shields down for a turn. Most likely Flame Shadow's going to be bait in this deck. But if he puts his shields, if he lets it resolve and then he doesn't have counter spells later on, that will be pretty huge because it turns like Whirl Rogues into one card into a must deal with threat. And but apart from that, the most important card in my deck, I think, is Lumbering Falls, because it doesn't require me to commit to the board. It is a fairly fast clock considering I do run quite a bit of burn, and he doesn't have any answers for it in his deck. He can't touch it without borrowing his creatures. He can't get around that. And then apart from that, it's kind of difficult because if I slam like Green Warden and then like Woodland Wanderers, he has Vials, which can slow them down very much. And the same coin, if I just slam like Whirl Rogues, he has Languish. So it's very reactionary. I do have the 1 of Sage for his tutelages, but it's more likely it's going to get milled than I'm going to have it on hand. But another advantage though is Spell Mastery will always be up generally against this deck, which means I don't have to worry about Firecraft getting countered. So it's gonna be an interesting matchup. I don't think I particularly stand much of a chance, but you know, we will see. It's just bad matchup with the decks in general. He's playing a slow deck, which, like some time in my deck, isn't explosive and no can it go much bigger than his, so it's pretty rough. But I mean, I can pull out wins if I go like Visionary, Gatekeeper, one of them two into like Sky Spawner into Whirler Rogue. I mean, I'm in a shot there. But the problem is he can just. That's the thing. You can't once he's got a tutelage out there. You got to put it like that's it. In 5 turns you lose the match because the deck does some pretty insane stuff. It goes like turn 4 Brain Spectrum mill you for 8 minimum, and it'll go like Alchemist Vial, Visionary, Artificer's Epiphany, and then suddenly you just got no cards in your deck. But I should probably set him up, so I will pause when we start going into the game because I'm guessing there's going to be some chatting going on. And we are in. That only took like a minute or two, but the GLHFs, sorry, I'm shuffling up. The GLHFs have been exchanged, and now we're going to go to battle. Once he's ready to join. The match got delayed, by the way. I'm sorry if I did say Sunday, and it is now Wednesday. But Deusx was down with the flu, so obviously didn't want to play while throwing up at the same time, which was disappointing for me. But we are back now, and we probably won't be talking as much because, you know, trying to concentrate and all that, and you saw how well I went game 1 against Marnell. So I will shut up now, and I will comment on things when they go wrong. That's pretty much a snap keep. I've got no excuses there. I mean, I go Whirler Rogue, Bounding Crisis, one of these 2 drops. This is if I was to choose a hand that I would like, this would be it, basically. And not much else to say. This is the dream hand. Granted, we are missing I mean, I'm tempted to get in as a Guild Gate with this land, but because my curve is... I mean, if we draw a normal land, that'll make things easier, but we do not. So I'm just going to get a basic blue, I think. Because I need double red and double blue. I've got an Is it Guild Gate in my deck, but that would keep me off either Crisis or one of my 4 drops. I don't want to slow down. This hand is full of action, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna guarantee my curve to 4, I think. I mean, there's a good chance we just draw a natural red source. So I said I needed blue. Let's not mess this up. Okay, so this time we managed to nail the turn 2 Gatekeeper Vine, so congratulations. And get land screwed, stuck on 1 land. Honestly, I think that's my biggest win condition, his mana base just fucking him over, rather than any skill in my half, but no. Visionary? Alchemist Vial, one of them 2 surely. But I'm going to go for the old... I mean, I'm on the play, so I do have the advantage of being able to just slam a turn 3 Bounding Crisis before he can counter it. But considering my hand, I'm going to go end step, so I can bait out the counter for the Woodland Wanderer to resolve. Ooh, he doesn't have a 2-drop. I like that. Okay. I mean, I'm very tempted to just go... You could have a turn... See, I could punish him. Okay, let's think this through here. I could punish him for if he's got a turn 3 tutelage in hand. By slamming the Crisis now, he'd tap out for the tutelage. And then that allows me to get a Woodland Wanderer down. Apart from that, I don't really see too much I'm worried about here. So I might just do that, get the 3 power on the board. I know I said I wouldn't just a turn ago. But I can bait out a count with a Whirler Rogue instead, which obviously isn't the best counter. The best way I'd like things to play out, but I think getting the power on the board turn 3 is worth it, rather than getting more power on the board turn 4. Yeah. So I'm doing this now, like I said, and like I said, hopefully I get the turn 3 tutelage, and that Woodland Wanderer will be a pain for him to deal with at that stage, and I'll have 8 power on the board, and then I can, even if he throws on like, it's got trample, but even if I needed to get around toughness, I've got a Whirler Rogue to make it unblockable. So I mean, it's a judgment call there. I think it's the right one. He might be digging with lands, but obviously you can't tell. He could just have flooded out majorly. Okay, so he's not got black yet, which is ironic considering he runs way too much black. That's the main problem with his mana base. Question is he going to go for turn 3 tutelage? Because that's the fastest way he can beat me. Tutelage into like Brilliant Spectrum, get in. Okay, I nailed that decision call. Okay, good. He has 2 fogs, so I don't have to worry about getting fogged to death. Okay, so we drew another tap land, so I'm glad I didn't grab that visionary. As he's struggling on black, I'm almost tempted to slam the Whirler Rogue, because he doesn't have a languish up. But I mean, Woodland Wanderer is just more power. Okay, make sure I play my red source. Okay. So there's a 5/5. We've got 8 power on the board, turn 4. He's got a tutelage. I mean, very scary. Especially if, like I said, but if he taps off a Brilliant Spectrum here, he's almost dead. Okay, we lost. Okay, we got milled for 4, which isn't great. Lost Nissa and a Bounding Crest I should have liked. Visionary, I mean, I wouldn't have minded, I guess, and Twin Bolt if I came down to 2 life maybe, but it's just a coin flip, isn't it? Whether you see a Reclamation Sage / Woodland Bellower. But right now he needs to respond to the board. He could have 2 fogs in hand, worst case scenario. Alchemist Vial taps down my Woodland Wanderer for turn, but that would keep him off counter spells. Good. Okay, so we're going to slam a Whirl Rogue here. I'm not going to commit. It's Whirl Rogue into Lumbering Falls, and I'm not going to commit anything else to the board until he has a suitable answer. Looks like we lost another Twin Bolt on a red source. Okay. So he's either going to Alchemist Vial or he's going to. Let's just try and charge him. Okay, he's done it. Let's try and charge at him before he was ready, but I mean, we're still hitting him for 3. That's a win in my condition. That's a win in my condition. That's a win condition damage. Okay. So Lumbering Falls on the Whirl Rogue is just huge here. He doesn't have any black, so I don't have to worry about Languish yet. And he's just running out of options. He needs them fogs really, or he needs to mill me out before I can do anything. Looks like he didn't keep a hand with counters, or he's definitely not holding them up either way. Okay, so I mean, how much power would we have on the board next turn? I almost think he's dead. 8, 10, 11, 12. Yes, he's dead next turn if he doesn't have anything. What did we lose? Third Twin Bolt's gone already. As long as I don't lose Firecrafts. Firecrafts pretty much, I think they're going to be big here. He needs fogs. If Brilliant Spectrums hits a green source. It's probably his worst case scenario, because he can mill me out here if he has both fogs and he has Brilliant Spectrums. Although he actually can only do it for 3 at the minute Brilliant Spectrum doesn't have black yet. Do you remember when I said for me to win I need everything to go right? This is kind of it. I had the perfect draw. I couldn't have asked for a better draw. And I mean, like, I'm not even guaranteed to win this yet, but I couldn't have asked for the better draw. But the main phase telling time is telling me he's digging for an answer. Or a land drop. One of the two, and to be honest at this point it's more likely going to be an answer. And he's tapped out. Does he have the mana? If not, I'm still smacking him for a huge amount here. But I mean, there's the Sage gone. Okay, so we lost the Sage. He does have the green mana. But I'm not committing anything else to the board. I'm just going to activate this Lumbering Falls and crunch in. Okay, he doesn't have the fog, which means he does live a turn here, but he's up the I don't know, I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. So what could we draw now? Rolling Thunders, Exquisite Firecrafts. Just he doesn't even have black mana yet, so he can't even Languish, so I really don't see many ways out from here. He needs both fogs into like double Brilliant Spectrum, I think. There's more land gone, which I'm honestly fine with at this point. Anything that's not Exquisite Firecraft can end up in that graveyard. Well, there There it is. Gonna be keeping up a green source. He can't just, like I said, he can't just fog me. Glad this isn't a 4x fog deck. So it goes in Artificer's Epiphany and Oblivion, so he gets 3 triggers here. Gets a Great Cube of Vine. There goes 1 Firecraft. There goes another Great Cube of Vine and a Drowner of Hope. But honestly, creatures aren't important right now. I've got the better board. He doesn't have black mana, so he doesn't have a sweeper, which means my board is good enough. Honestly, looking at his deck list, I don't even need to activate the vents here. Because if he's got the... I'd rather play a Visionary and just dig. So, let's see if he has it. He does, okay. Do I actually want to dig with the Visionary? That's the question. I mean, it's another draw step, but I don't have double red yet actually, so I can't even Firecraft if I see it. Who knows, maybe that turn 4 play would have got me, although at the same time I wouldn't have had double blue on turn. So I'm just going to pass the turn here. I need to draw red, so if I draw a red source I might dig for the Firecraft, but there's 1 in the deck and I need a red source as well, and I think he's pretty much got them all. Okay, there goes another Lumbering Falls. Needs the other fog. He's got 1 fog in his deck. And but I'm getting fairly low on cards, so I've got 27. Gets a couple good mills here as a Visionary. Okay, there goes. 4th Twin Bolt's gone now, I think, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, 4th Twin Bolt's gone. If he has the fog here, we actually just lose, I think. Unless I draw this Firecraft. Because it's going to be close either way. He discards Ulamoged. 2 more triggers, there goes the 2nd Firecraft. He's got the fog, looking at his hand. He's got nothing for 1 mana, and he's not passing the turn. Which means he's either got a land, which I think he's already played. Okay, there's the land. Actually, judging by how fast that turn timer went, he might just be dead here. But I'm not taking any chances. Thank God, okay, game 1's out of the way. Like I said, I mean, we had a perfect draw there and we're down to 18 cards on our deck. We don't kill him that turn, he can mill us a hell of a lot. He goes Spectrum into Epiphany, I think we're just dead. It's 5 mill triggers, no 6 mill triggers. So that would be 12. So I mean, he gets a couple lucky mills there and he gets us. And but that's game 1 out of the way. I'm happy with that. I'll take the win, but I'm not going to get too happy because there's still another match for me to win. But that's how I wanted things to go. On the play, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop. No black mana on his side. Lumbering Falls. I mean, I didn't see a Firecraft. He did mill a lot of my good targets, but good. It was a good call, I think, when I chose to slam the Krasis to put more pressure on him in case he did tap out for tutelage. Though, to be honest, I guess it would have worked out either way. I could have just done it end step, and then if he did tutelage would have played out. But I mean, at that point, he could have held up a counter. Maybe having that 3 drop in the field pressured him, but I'm on the play again, that's nice. See if I can get as good of a hand. I'm going to keep. I don't like it, and I've only got 1 blue source, so this Whirl Rogue's basically not here. But Evil Leap's pretty huge. He's mulled once, and then he's stuck with 7. Like, I don't like this hand, don't get me wrong. If Twin Bolt was in a Gatekeeper Vine, I'd love this hand. But Evil Leap I found is pretty huge in the matchup. And you know what? Visionary's not bad as well. Okay, so we got second, but okay, this hand worked out. Turn 3 Evil Leap, probably sack the Visionary end step, and then just keep this train rolling, I think. Okay, so this time he doesn't have green mana. Okay, there's a 3-drop. A better 3-drop than Evil Leap. And I might just slam it down again. And then instead of going turn 4 Wall Rogue, if he keeps the counter up, I could Evil Leap, and then if he counters that, then once he's swept the board, Wall Rogue might be good. I'm going to put the 4 power on the board. He does have black mana this time, so he could punish me with a languish, but it won't be this turn, and it won't be the turn after. No real point in tapping it there, but you know, good habits, don't die hard. Okay, so he's got all his colours, he's got Sultai mana, and he's PSV. He must have a counter spell judging by his hand, because there's no tutelage there. Twin Bolt? Okay, so I mean, this time instead of Twin Bolt getting milled, they're all in my hand. So don't mind, I mean, he's basically -4 life right now, which means he is now basically on 15. I mean, if he turn 4 mosses me here, I can't whirl a rogue if he takes out a blue source. But to be honest, from him I'm taking out a green or a red there. I'm taking out one of my dual lands. So I'm just going to play it safe. Get this thing down. See if he counters it, which he does. Okay, that's fine with me. It's a counter not pointed at Whirl a Rogue or Nissa. I mean, like I said, if he goes turn 4 moss on a blue source here, he's either a prophet and he's stream sniping through a stream that's not happening, or because I mean, if I'm him, you take out the Cinderglade. That makes basically my tap lands come in untapped. Okay, he doesn't even play a green source, so this is irrelevant now. He did get the Evil Leap, which is a blow, but at the same time, it's better an Evil Leap than not a Whirl Rogue. He kind of needs to answer the board. 4 power is a clock. It's not as fast as I'd like it to be, but it is a clock. 2 Twin Bolts in hand makes that 8 damage I could potentially hit him with, which would put him down to 7, which is pretty not insignificant. He doesn't have a play, but he's holding something in hand, which means he's holding up a counter spell, which means his Gatekeeper is looking pretty good. Get a gate just to fix my mana a bit more. Probably I can either get Gruul, which I don't really need because I've got 2 Gruul lands, or I could get Is It, which I mean I'm probably going to get Is It here. I'm not going to play out the Nissa either way, so. And actually guarantees a land drop this turn, which I'm happy with. It's not adding pressure to the board, but he's obviously got a counter spell. He needs to answer the board. I'm not in a position to. I don't need to add something. I don't need to try and force counter spells out because it's 4 power, like I said. I might just slam a Twin Bolt into his face now. I've got the second one if he does play like a Visionary chump blocker, because I mean that's kind of why I was holding it up, because Visionary obviously is pretty good against Bounding Crisis in that sense. It saves you 3 life. But if I can point I've got the other Twin Bolt. He has to discard here as well. 9 life, goes down to 5, this takes him down to 3, which would be exclusive Firecraft range. Nissa I could use to bait out a counter spell if I needed to, but he's struggling. Okay, there's wow, he's discarded a spell shred. I'm happy about that. Okay, so we've seen 2, which either means he's either got a shit ton in his hand, but he's tapped out, which means he must have languish here. But do I commit a Whirl Rogue to the field? I might just commit Nissa. Which may sound crazy, but Nissa guarantees a 6 land drop for a great follow-up to a Languish. And then I can whirl a rogue to make something. If he taps out for like an Oblivion Sower, the next turn I can whirl a rogue to make Bounding Crisis unblockable and then Twin Bolts lethal. So I'm going to do it. Plus, no, I mean, this really incentivizes him to wipe the board before I can start making him sad. Okay, so he's down to 5 life, which I'm happy with. He's got 6 cards in hand and a tutelage on the field, which I'm not so happy with, but... Okay, there's a Firebird, which is actually great. That's 3 damage in the air. That's really good. Hope he... I wish he'd milled the Sky Spawner first, so he didn't... He might have to check the graveyard, but that's perfect. Okay, he's only got 1 green source, so it means if he taps it, he can't fog me. It was like this against Marnell though, so I'm not going to get too cocky. I was miles in front of Marnell and then he made me sad. Someone's messaging me saying when's the next Fade is messaging me. It's rude not to say their name. Saying when's the next Team Showdown video. It's actually not far away, Fade. He's tapped out. Does he have the green source? Don't have the green source. Please, God, don't play a land this turn. He's got something. Yes! Yes! Oh, this matchup, you don't understand how much I've hated this matchup, and everything just went right. It all came up. Now, for the love of God, don't play a land first. We've done it. Oh, that's so huge. If I'd lost this, by the way, I think I was out. But we didn't lose. We got 2 perfect draws, exactly what I needed, and a 2-0 victory. Feeling good, boys. Feeling good. See, there's something you may not know about me is that I'm a big snooker fan, and what's his name? John Virgo. He's a famous snooker player, and a famous snooker commentator now. And he always says you're never comfortable until you've got that first win. And I'm feeling pretty comfortable now. 2-0 win. Feeling like the dog's bollocks. Matchup came up exactly like I wanted. I said I needed Lumbering Falls. I got Lumbering Falls. I said I needed 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. I got 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. And there we got there. So I'm going to end the video now because I'm going to start saying stupid stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.